and welcome back to Commaful Vibe Times with Brighton Hugg. This is the 8th episode, and yeah, let's get right into it. This is my second time filming this episode, actually, because the first time I just didn't like the first take. I don't know. I just kind of woke up ugly this morning, and I didn't feel like filming. But now I do feel like filming, because why the heck not? I mean, I have nothing better to do, so here we are. To start off, we're reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower by I.N. or in Ikra. A poem about a murder that happened close to our home a couple of years ago to a woman, the effect it had on women in my community at the time, and fear. Sounds very interesting. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. The word on the streets was we slept, with one eye open, the other unblinking. As she stepped onto the floor, the tea in my hand as they locked up, the children and my dad cursed the stain, and my mother strung us up like Bunty. When we could all smell the breath of a hurricane, and I told her I took self-defense for 2 classes last summer, as she stored us in a little glass box, with holes for air and eyes and not fingers. And God had salvaged fear and plastered her face. And she pointed and said, "You can never be too careful." And now I walk backwards with my footsteps, lining up like ants on a pavement until she calls us towards her with a morning song. And like little black cats, we scoop up the ants in our little mouths and guzzle our way back into our skins. And my mother loops once, twice, 3 times her phone cord, and grooms our patches of fur into braids, and tells me to lock us away. Once, twice, 3 times. So I guess this was inspired by someone on Instagram who challenged this writer to make a poem where the title was a book, but the poem isn't anything about the book, so that's a really cool idea. It's a poem about a murder that happened close to their home a couple of years ago to a woman, and the effects it had on the community. Wow, that is very interesting. I can definitely imagine how scary it would be to live in fear of a murderer, and this was written very well to show what it feels like. Yeah, that's scary things, murder, especially in places where not much happens. I used to live in a town where there was a house robbery, and that was big for a long time because nobody expected it. So they started getting a little bit more worried about their homes. Very well done. I've read a lot of work from this person. They are an amazing writer. So go check them out. The link is in the description. And now we have Earth Day by Inspiring Writer. If only you knew how much of a burden you were to the earth. Yeah, that's kind of scary. Like, it's just the fact that we exist. Everything we do is bad for the environment. That is horrifying to think about. The Earth's sweltering sweat from the greenhouse gases swells over the thought of the inhabitants that he provided. Each year there is a day for him. He hasn't been excited for this day for decades now. Many of the stars and planets proceed with the question, why? The smartest species of Earth exceedingly throws man-made disposals into the Earth's body. The selfishness of their hearts disgusts the Earth. Plastic consumes other inhabitants. Humans say they are helping, but how much longer until they give up? Greenhouse gases are melting the Earth like the days of snow disappearing from the sun rays desiring spreads of light. So when is it enough? When will we take action? Do any of you care? So to the ones who want generations of living organisms, celebrate Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. Please pick up anything off the side of the road and don't litter. This is a very good message and well written, especially the ending. It's really calling for an action. Well, Earth Day's over, like it was a while ago, so yeah, I filmed this kind of late. I'm sorry about that. But the message is always true. You shouldn't just be good to the environment on Earth Day. Every day should be Earth Day because it's where we live and we have to take care of it before it destroys us. Because the rate we're going, or the rate we were going before, yeah, Just the rate we were going was so terrifying. Like, if you think about the future, what is gonna happen? Luckily, the Earth is kind of healing with everyone staying inside for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's more use of electricity, but I don't know, a lot less pollution from cars, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this was well written. Make sure you check them out. Link in the description below. Now we have Embittered Candles by JBO. Are memories dwindling candles? My memories I often cannot handle. Like the ground is shaking beneath my mind's mantle. Yet memories of you are often tantalizing. Like from the shadows of malevolent memories I am rising. Are these memories meant to be overlooked? When they are the only thing that tempers my mind that is cooked. When my mind like a broken record that is stuck. When the glimmer of happiness in my recollection is omitted. When my mind is left only to be embittered. If only I could show you the endless revival of a broken soul. How life has taken its toll. How I aged so young, transmuting to be old. Yet still a squandered spirit, broken and defaulting to lust. Tell me those memories are valid before my tearing soul rusts. Let me show you that they are not broken by the silence. Let me paint a picture with my poetic license. Let me illustrate the cherished memory's nuance. My eyes are weary with the pain, my life littered with malevolent stains. I was wrong to take those actions to be reclaimed. The only action I can make my forte are ones that I remind you I love you each day. To show you the glisten that lights my life like a supernova is the only object of my desire, and that never again will I seek to retire, to abscond from a love that gives permission to a broken soul to soar. For are memories a dwindling candle, or can the wax be restored? Wow, that is deep. I really like how many questions this brings up, especially relating memories to candles. Whether we like it or not, everything we remember is probably going to disappear at one point. Whether we die, whether we just forget. It's really complicated, but I guess there are ways to make it eternal. There are ways to, I guess, bring back the wax of our candle, which is the memory. This is very well written. This person also has a YouTube channel. I think you should check it out. I'll put a link in the description. And now we have Bearing the Sun's Weight by Patrick Thompson or Pat Deshawn. I ready my fingers around the body, smooth plastic, blue, a kite that used to be bluer than sky, now fades like the sun on its path to nothing. At evening the sun permeates, bright orange flames lift and streak, a weaving into gentle fiery reds, delicate pinks, threading like sewn needles around shapeless, fading faces. Clouds. The whole sky is chromatic lace bearing the sun's weight. And to think, I was saddened because the wind never rose. I am very impressed by that. The imagery is so vivid and clear, and it's matched with amazing pictures. And the format, I'm amazed at the way you use the format, especially because it looks like you're very new to Commaful. I hope to see you post more because these posts are from a month ago. I don't see any recent ones. Well, I hope to see you post more. That'd be cool because I really enjoyed this. Great job. Now we have Down the Abyss by Azza. Year after year, eon after eon, there was nothing but tear. She was love and dust, he was lost in lust. They were tiger and deer, they were courage and fear. Between them she saw an abyss, and he was wondering what was amiss. She was seeking for revenge, he was chasing a mirage. The revenge eclipsed her eyes, left her alone in his lies. Falling down the abyss, she regretted. Beholding her falling, he exulted. They said time healed everything, but a broken heart was nothing. A-Z-A, or A-Z-A, or Azza, how do you pronounce that? Wow, that was amazing. I am very impressed. Again, amazing use of format and amazing pictures. And the rhymes are absolutely stunning. Especially, this is my favorite line. She was love and dust, he was lost in lust. That is amazing. Well written. So yeah, I love it. Now we have That's Cute, They Say, by me. A lot inspired this. I've been to a lot of university fairs and I've talked to a lot of writers and general people who have experience in the world. And the stuff said in this poem basically sums up what they say to me. So many people have laughed at me for wanting to become a writer when I'm older, and they basically think it's one of those aspirations that you have as a kid that dies as you get older. But I am determined to try as hard as I can to prove them all wrong, because I believe I can do it. And even if I can't do it, there is no harm in trying, because I have so many backup plans and I have ways to go about this in non-risky ways. Because they say, oh, you're gonna waste so much money on university, but I know I don't have to worry about that because I know what I'm doing. And I guess a lot of people related to this. I was very surprised by the amount of support I've gotten. I've gotten some pretty amazing comments on this, which I really love reading your guys' comments. I'm so bad at responding to comments though. I don't know what to say because they always leave me speechless. I usually just say thank you so much and like, oh wow, that's great. And like, yeah, I try my best. But yeah, I love it when you guys comment, and make sure if get a Commaful account, comment on other people's stuff. Well, anyway, That's Cute, They Say. You want to be a writer? Oh, that's cute. It really is. I'll have to visit you sometime and check out where you live. I'll see you in a cardboard box that's underneath a bridge. And so you do not starve, I'll bring you something from my fridge. You want to be a poet? That's adorable, my friend. But you won't have an income, any money you can spend. Shouldn't you just go for something actually practical? Like maybe join the army, be a cop, do something tactical. Oh, you write online? How pleasantly charming. But how do you make money? You don't, and that's alarming. You don't have time for hobbies. You should focus more on school. Grades will get you jobs, but writing poems is for fools. Oh, you still have dreams? How delightfully naive. You foolish little child with happy thoughts you still believe. The world will chew you up and spit you out when it is done. And just like us, you'll hate your job and know life can't be fun. So, that's all for the poetry aspect of this video. So have a nice day. I hope you enjoy. I hope you stay safe, and I hope everything goes perfectly fine and how you plan it, because that's the way it should be.